Hey everybody, welcome to the StabCast.
Hoo-hoo-hoo!
I'm Dizzle,
And I'm Mindy.
and we're here on another spooky Sunday to talk about our summer camp series that we're doing up until the summer here, and then maybe a little bit through the summer.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a summer camp slasher, and we're here to talk about a good amount of them. And today we are here to do part 2 of the Fear Street trilogy, which is R.L. Stine, right?
Yes. R.L. Stine wrote the books.
So, that's Goosebumps, dude. That's goated.
Well, technically,
it's not the same thing, but
technically, it went Goosebumps and then Fear Street.
Yeah,
as far as scaring goes.
Yeah,
he wrote Goosebumps for kids, and then Fear Street was more for like preteens and teenagers.
Yeah.
So I was particularly very excited when they came out with this trio of movies. Daniel even probably remembers that.
Well, yeah, because we watched them all in like a day. I remember you like came over and you're like, we got to watch the whole Fear Street thing right now. It's like, all right, let's do it. And the 90s one, I fucking loved. This
amazing soundtrack. I love it.
Really good. And it's like a good homage to fucking 90s. It felt a little screamish. It felt like the things we love. And it had a cool vibe to it.
Yeah.
The killer and the skeleton I could do without. Like I could use a cooler villain than that. But like to what you see the greater story becoming, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But the first one I like, this one we're gonna get into, but I do like. And then the third one I think is a pile of dog shit, which I do think it completes the story well and everything. But I'm just not.
I think it was better than the Prom Queen one.
Even though one of my only acting credits for Newfane High is being a part of the Crucible, so I've done something like that, which is like a Salem witch type deal. But I hate that shit. I think it's stupid.
That's true. You don't like stuff like
I've never been into the old witch shit.
Yeah.
Some of it can be, and here it was like, especially the way it plays into the second movie, I think it's phenomenal. I don't mind a horror movie witch, but the whole like the Salem witch trials and making that into a movie, like it's just been done so many times, and it's not something that I really give a shit about. Yeah. I don't care about all the girls in the town like fucking doing tribalistic shit and becoming demons and killing people. Like I don't, or them hanging them for not thinking they're doing that. Mm-hmm. I don't care about that. I mean, R.I.P. if you know. But
no, but we all know the witch trials was mass hysteria. Basically, like everyone that's anyone knows that.
Yeah,
they know. I mean, they also know that magic doesn't exist. Unfortunately, I wish it did. I would like to hex a lot of people, but it doesn't.
You are correct.
So,
but yeah,
but it's I don't know. It's just cool to see it sometimes, but I understand where Daniel's coming from. He's talking about more like the old timey. Like,
well, that's what the third one feels like. That's what the third one feels like.
I mean, I was surprised that he liked Frankenstein as much as he did. I think the only reason you did is because you already liked it. So
okay, yeah. I mean, I like old timey. I just that old witch in a village deal where all the girls are witches. I don't give a fuck about that stuff.
Yeah,
that's just never been my deal.
No.
There's like it can be done well. It's just not a thing that and Fear Street, and the third one is all that pretty much. So I'm not. It's
except
not
the end. The end of the third one is good because it ties everything together.
Yeah, and the way the trilogy is a beautiful trilogy, the way it all connects. And even in the second one, like I love Sheriff Nick Good is my favorite character in this whole series, even though he's kind of a piece. But I just find him and getting to see him through all of them is just awesome. I like all the characters playing like kind of different roles throughout the movie. That helps the trilogy too.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Turning it off because no one's coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, the trilogy as a whole does a great job of wrapping everything up and doing everything from thing to thing to thing. Because normally with trilogies, one major thing they do is they go into a second movie without showing you the events that happened in the first one.
Yeah.
And I like Fear Street Part 2 just because it does that. It shows you what happened in the first one and how they were leading up to getting to see Berman's house for an answer, cure, or whatnot. And this woman is intense. You open up with her sitting there and she's got all of these different alarm clocks going off.
Yeah.
And she's got labels on them on her table. And like they're all for different things. One says mealtime.
Yeah.
The other one that goes off, it says make sure doors are locked. So she goes to the front and the back and make sure the doors are all locked. And then one goes off for make sure windows are locked. Yeah. And then if you guys watch it really closely, you can see that one of her windows doesn't lock the entire way. Oh. So she thinks she's safe and everything's guarded and whatnot. And like she had just given her dog food because that's another alarm that goes off. And she's sitting there and she hears someone coming through the window and she's like, and like goes over to her window, and then there's Dina from the first part coming through. And she's like, "Don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. I called you on the phone." And she's like, "How did you get in here?" And she's like, "The window was open." And like she like was like really like flabbergasted. And it's like, check your windows. Yeah. If you're gonna lock shit and you're gonna be that proactive about your security, double check.
Check your windows for sure.
Double check or triple check. Like,
I mean, that's horror movie 101 to shut the windows.
Well, exactly, shutting out the windows, exactly. But she should have at least checked to see if it was locked. I mean, I know for a fact, and I lock my windows, I do a little checky check just to make sure. Yeah, just to make sure. You want to make sure the fucking window's locked.
Yeah, I always like press it down more.
Yeah, because if it doesn't lock all the way and it doesn't click, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So, and that's what happened to her.
You want a click job.
And she was a little bit upset that the kids like let themselves in, but they're like, "We tried knocking, you weren't listening."
Yeah.
Like, we tried getting your attention, you didn't care. So, and she's like, "So you broke and entered into my house?" And they're like, "Yeah, we need your help." And then poor Sam for the first one, because Samantha is Dina's girlfriend, and she's also been possessed by the witch Sarah Fear, who's known through all of 3 of these movies. And C. Berman sees her and she's like, "No, absolutely not. Get her away from here.
Yeah.
Get her away from me. I don't even want to look at her. I don't want to touch her. Get that thing out of here."
Yeah.
And Dina is like, no. Like, you have to help us. Like, our other friends are dead. Everyone we know is dead. We need help. And she's like, okay. And they're like, well, how did you beat this? So like they tie Sam up in the freaking bathroom with like a pipe and stuff. Like, it's so funny. And like the little brother comes out and he's like, "So we tied her up to a pipe in the bathroom. I think that's gonna hold her." And then you hear Sam like, "Ah!" And he's like, "Maybe." And so that was just really, really funny. And then she's like, "Okay, sit down. Let me tell you guys about Camp Nightwing." And then that's when you're transported into 1978.
Yeah.
And we meet a young girl named Ziggy. And Ziggy is a bit of a troublemaker.
Spoiler alert, it's her.
What's supposed to happen to the end? Damn it all. Take it. I want to sulk for a second. Take it.
C. Berman is Ziggy, and this is her story. Which, honestly, I don't think it's a big twist because she's telling you and then it's in the eyes of Ziggy. Why would she just be telling you some story about a random bitch? It's obviously her.
Yeah, but there's 3 different storylines in that movie, though.
Yeah, but hers is the main one. It feels like it's Ziggy's story.
Okay.
It does.
I'll give you that.
Yes, there is other things.
But I didn't know her name was Christine, and no one else did.
Yeah.
No one knew that was her real name.
Ziggy Berman.
I mean, I knew that had to be a nickname somewhere, but they didn't say anything about it beginning with a C. I don't know. When it first came out, for me, it was like a holy shit moment. So, yeah, fuck you.
To me, it was like, oh, I knew this.
No, you didn't. You liar.
Yeah, but I ain't calling you a truther. No, I like that wrinkle of the story, though, that it is her. And it brings it all in the end, and I do enjoy it.
Well, yeah, because they think they're talking to the older sister, and in reality, they're talking to the brat little sister.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a good job at that. I'll give that to you. The one thing, the one knock I'll go to give against this movie is that it's not a good standalone movie. It's like one of the Marvel movies. You got to watch like fucking the other two. You got to watch. You know, at least you don't have to watch 300 like Marvel.
Yeah.
But for that, you have to watch the first one.
You don't have to watch the third one per se, unless you want to figure out what's going to happen to Sam.
Yeah, but it's you watch the ending and it's like, oh, I do kind of have to watch the third one.
Exactly.
It sets up the third one. So like it really is a true, and it's like the fucking Lord of the Rings. They shot it and put it out all at once.
Or kind of like Pearl and Axe and Maxine.
Yeah.
How they all came out like around the same exact time.
Yeah, but they were a year. That was more like Lord of the Rings, whereas this was all came out at once.
Yeah, you're right. This did hit Netflix all at one time.
Yeah, you could watch the whole trilogy right away. And I enjoyed that aspect of it. And it is fun to watch it through. But when we were just doing this movie and I watched this, I was like, fuck, I got to go back and watch 1993 or whatever the hell. And I liked that one a lot, so it wasn't a bad thing. But I did feel like I was missing some context on Nick. Seeing a young Nick, I needed to see old Nick first. I'm right. I think that is kind of right. As a standalone movie, it is fun. Like you could go and show some friends with this, and they might just be a little confused on some of the characters, but they could still have fun with because it's a fun slasher with a lot of kills and some cool shit in there. So, and the whole possession shit's really dope. So you could watch it without the context, but the context really fucking helps with the first one, especially because you're like, who's this random bitch popping in at the beginning? Yeah. If you haven't seen the first one.
Exactly. So like if you haven't seen the first one, the second one's kind of like the first few minutes of Evil Dead. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Because that's how Evil Dead was. That's how Sam Raimi made the Evil Dead movies 1 and 2. 2 has, I think, a half an hour of one's filming. So like when you first turn it on, you're like, wait a minute, is this the end of 1 or is this 2?
Yeah.
What am I watching? And like you have that moment where you have to go back, and that makes a good trilogy. That makes a good duo of movies. If you have to question which one you're watching, that's a pretty good trio as far as I'm concerned.
It is good and it is solid as fuck. But I also like a trilogy where it is connected and but you can watch it without having to see. I like that Scream 2. I don't really need to see Scream 1. It tells you right away that she's got like boyfriend issues, and this new one she has trouble trusting because her old one was the killer. Like it kind of gives it to you right away, and then you're right in the action. You don't need to see Scream 1. That's the beauty of it. There's a lot of Friday movies that I can watch part 6 without watching the first 5 parts. This one, it's so connected and it's so good at doing that you need to watch it as a whole to really appreciate the whole thing. And that's why the last time we talked about it, reviewed this back before my sexy ass was on video. And we reviewed it as a trilogy when it came out. Yeah, and now that we were in love with it then because it sunk so well. But now that we're just talking about one movie in it, it helps that it's part of that, but it also hurts it as a standalone movie to a degree. Because watching it on its own is a little like, oh, I'd like to see the first one now. Yeah. I want to go to the 90s first.
Like Netflix will never be able to get rid of like the first and the third one and just keep the second one on there.
Yeah, I mean, the first one's the only one you could keep at its own. The third one's even worse without having the first two.
Well, yeah. Because then you have zero contacts and she's in a different body.
The first one's the easiest one to just have on by itself because it sets everything up.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I love the characters. I love Tommy. And even though Tommy go cray-cray, Tommy's a fucking insane man when he gets cursed. And because the nurse was cursed. We had a cursed nurse, Mindy.
I know we did. We had a cursed nurse. Well, no, she wasn't really a cursed nurse. She knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And the kids found out later that she had found where the witch like has her like servants or whatever, serial killers, whatever they are, like engraved into stone.
Uh-huh.
And Nurse Sling or psycho nurse, whatever the heck you want to call her, she witchy nurse, she looked at the wall and saw that Tommy's name was in there. So she was trying to put a stop to Tommy, and it seemed to everyone else that she was like crazy and cuckoo and whatnot. But in all reality, she saw Thomas's name next to her own daughter's name, and she knew what was going to happen. So that's why when she does kill the young man, you'll hear her be like when he starts to beg for her life, you'll hear her be like, either way, you're going to die tonight. At least this way, if I take you out, you're not going to hurt anyone else.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, she gets blindsided and whatnot, and she ends up going to the hospital. And Tommy does hurt a lot of other people, but she tried. That's the thing. She tried.
Yeah.
The nurse tried very, very hard.
Yeah, she tried to fucking kill some people.
Well, no, she was going to kill Tommy because she wanted Tommy to stay away from all the other kids.
Yeah, but Tommy didn't want to kill any. He didn't know that he was going to get cursed.
He was already cursed.
Jesus Christ.
He was cursed at the beginning of the movie. Your boy, Nick Good, freaking engraved his name into the wall.
Don't be mean to Nick.
He's a serial killer.
Yeah, but he's
an occultist.
He's the best part of the movie.
You're just saying that because he comes up with dumping bugs on some chick.
I like young Nick. And old Nick, Sheriff Nick's trying his best. You know, is he a piece of shit?
He's sacrificing people.
You know, yeah, but you got to keep the town
Christmas
going.
all over again.
You got to keep that was your controversy, not mine. But it depends what we're talking about with that movie. But I think that Nick Good's trying his best to keep the town going. All right.
His town.
His town.
He's trying to keep Sunnyvale going. He can give a shit about Shady Side.
Yeah. Well, he's a good sheriff. No, it's always the sheriff that's the bad guy. The sheriff's always a piece of shit.
No, sometimes the sheriff is a good person.
Who?
I don't remember, but let me sit on it for a little bit.
Dewey was a deputy. He did get the sheriff's at some point.
Yeah, Dewey. Yeah. Dewey.
Scream for Dewey.
You leave Dewey alone.
Dewey blows. No, I love Dewey.
Dick.
I love a guy that can get stabbed in the back and get up.
And get stabbed by a literal fucking child.
Yeah. He gets killed by a fucking twink.
Yeah.
She's a teenage girl.
Yeah.
And she stabs him from both sides and lifts him up.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe that's true.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing that thing again where we're showing up.
That's the fun part of the show.
Yeah, so that's why we leave it unscripted for y'all, so y'all can deal with our chaos.
What are some of the kills that really stand out to you?
Definitely the first one that he killed, Arnie.
Yeah.
That was a really big shocker because you didn't really know what the hell was going on with Tommy because he's just sitting there and you hear somebody whispering his voice, but you don't think nothing of it. And he's just sitting there dazed and confused. And Arnie is are you okay, dude? What's going on? Are you all right? And he starts going like this to him and shit. Anybody would have done that. I don't blame Arnie for not running away.
Yeah,
because other than the flies that were covering Tommy, you didn't really have a hint. You don't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
So he literally took an axe and plunged it through this young man's face twice. And that was just, for me, that was just a holy shit. Because I didn't realize that they were going to make Tommy the killer. Yeah. And I didn't know that they were going to have him kill so soon. I thought that they were already going to be in the cave when he killed.
Yeah.
But they were just in the house. And so I really enjoyed that one. I also really, really enjoyed the beheading of the camp counselor the camp counselor. I don't know if he did behead him. I believe he did. And
there was a couple
shoved him down shoved him down the toilet area, and Alice falls and hurts herself even more. I felt so bad for poor Alice. I felt so bad for her. In the beginning, you don't. In the beginning, it's oh, this bitch. Yeah. And you can't stand her. But throughout the movie, it's just she loses her boyfriend. She almost breaks her fucking ankle. She's tripping on witch guts.
Yeah.
And I really do mean tripping on witch guts. This witch has a beating heart in the camp. And she is enticed to put her hand on it. Yeah. And when she does, she basically goes into a drug trip and starts running around and everything and loses her balance. And that's how she shatters her leg. She literally takes out her femur.
Yeah.
It goes through her skin. And it's oh, poor Alice. Oh my God. So then when they finally get to him and get her a bucket for her to hang on to and go up, it's oh, thank God she's finally going to get help. And then all of a sudden, the other camp counselor loses his head, so to speak, and the killer Tommy throws him down and shit, and then lands on poor Alice. It's like, oh my god, this poor girl.
Yeah, she didn't make it.
No. Well, that wasn't when she died, though.
No, but she ends up dying.
She does end up dying. But she makes it with the rest of the crew first, though. She does make sure that she makes it.
Yeah.
But then she dies.
Yeah, so that's not making it. But
well, not making it, but like.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
Catching up with them.
Yeah. But she didn't make it out of the movie. That's for sure.
She didn't make it out of the movie.
That's
she made it out of the
cave. It really is poor Alice. This one was heavy on the kills, and I enjoyed a lot of them. And her going was probably one of my favorites because it was so dramatic. Because I didn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
And that was one that hit me. And Tommy's murder spree was fucking amazing. I love Tommy. And he was fucking. You didn't need a costume. You didn't need a zapper like the other one we were talking about. You
just needed a classic axe and a mask over the face. I mean, not even a mask, but a sack over the face.
Yes. And that's all you needed, and this was fucking scary, man.
Yeah.
This had good jump scares. This had me go a couple times.
And it had a way of scaring you into like thinking and knowing that he was killing kids. But the good thing about this movie is that they didn't show any of the kids being killed.
Yeah.
Now, did they show the aftermath? Yes. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the fact that we didn't have to sit through him killing the kids.
Yeah.
Because I kind of thought like, oh no, it's a camp slasher. He's going to kill the kids. We're going to have to watch it. And that's not the way that they filmed it. They filmed it very nicely, honestly. They filmed his part kind of separate from like the blood, guts, and gore. And then later they'd come back and film the blood, guts, and gore, and the child be gone. So it'd just be like implemented that he killed them.
Yeah.
But that was enough for me because I don't like kid killers. I know you don't either. So that to me was refreshing because they could have easily just broken the rules and made him a kid killer.
Yeah.
On screen. Because technically he was a kid killer. Kids did die. But
this was PG-13 though. There was some really gruesome shit in here.
It was TV on MA.
Okay. Yeah. But it was gruesome as fuck, but they weren't going to go that far.
No.
R.L. Stein wasn't going that far. So, and I'm glad they did because that's always a sketchy territory.
Yeah.
I really do love this movie though. This is so much fun.
I love how in every other movie around this decade and also the 80s, the number one song is Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
That's like the number one horror song. And for some reason in this movie, the number one is Carry On My Wayward Son. What the hell?
I loved it.
Like, seriously, that's going to be your theme song for the movie? I mean, thank God you didn't use Don't Fear the Reaper because I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Well, it's a great song. Carry on my wayward
son. But to have a serial killer,
that was phenomenal. Those scenes are so good.
Oh, so you liked the serial killer montage to that song?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I loved it.
Okay.
It made this movie unique because this had funness. There was a fun to it, which is like, that's what these are supposed to be. Camp slashers, you need an element of goofiness. It doesn't need to be like full on meta, but it needs to be a little goofy. Because,
a little campy.
Yeah, it's got to be campy, 100%.
Yeah, have some campy to your camp.
Yeah, and that's important. Yes, it's got to be kind of serious too and scary. And they did take the plot with the Sarah Fryer and everything very, very serious, and they did that stuff well. Mm-hmm. But you need to have an element of fun. And no one was like I like outwardly goofy, but it was like it was fun. They were still like the movie was having a good time, and you want that. You need that in these movies.
I mean, that one camp counselor was kind of goofy, especially when Nick was like, "No, me and him will go," and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then like Nick's like holding Izzy's face and he walks away from him and he's like, or Ziggy's face, and like he walks away and the dude's like, yo, you do realize that that's a camper, right?
Yeah.
And we're counselors.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, let's go. So I did get a little bit of comedic relief from him.
Yeah.
But I mean, Would it have been funny had it been a little bit more peppered out? Yes, but I did find Alice's part a little kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to find it funny because I felt bad for her in the end. But, I mean, it was kind of funny. It's like if your best friend trips while they're standing next to you and sprains your ankle, you're going to laugh.
And another plus, and we're going to talk about it every week when it comes to this genre in specific, but a young, charming cast.
Yes.
Everybody, even like Nick had the douchiness, the little devilness was there, and that's what like makes the whole trilogy fun to watch. But he was even like a charming sumbitch. Everybody, like, it was a fun, they all know how to act, and nobody came across as annoying. It wasn't a lot of these that we can get into, and Friday is big for this camp slasher sin, has given us a bunch of unlikable assholes that are just there to drink, smoke, and bang, and aren't like have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. And then when they die, you're like, yeah, fuck them.
Like Trent from Friday the 13th remake.
Yeah, but he was like the purposeful douche. He made sense. But everybody else in that movie, when they died, it's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And it shouldn't be that way. You want to have likable characters. You want Alice to be like super likable to when she goes, you're sad about it.
Yeah.
You want stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie has in spades. And the whole cast, the acting is incredible. And they're really taking this thing serious. And they're having fun with it too. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the performances a lot.
Absolutely. And I really enjoyed the fact that they used their heavy hitters throughout every single story, basically.
Yeah.
Except for the second one, they didn't really recycle actors and actresses. But in the first and the third one, they did.
Yeah, it's the same people.
So that was really neat to see, because not only is that proving that they're good actors, but it's also proving that they have really good range.
Yeah.
That they're able to go from the 90s to the 1800s.
I agree. Because they're two completely different performances.
Yeah. So,
but I like that this one you had like, I don't want to keep blowing Nick, but you had the younger people you kind of seen in the first one.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Even with the big reveal of Ziggy being C. Berman, it all connects itself with the younger self, and it works. Mm-hmm. And I love the story.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to get into with this?
I just like how the three timelines of the story kind of all met up.
Yeah.
In one big thing. Like when Cindy finally got herself to the mess hall.
Yeah.
And was kicking through the grate and whatnot. And again, Carry On My Wayward Son was blaring, because for some reason that was the song. That was this movie's theme song.
It's a beautiful song.
I'm not hacking the song. I'm not. I'm just. At least it wasn't Dope Fear the Reaper. Oh my God. Okay, guys, this is not family sing-along time.
Don't you cry no more.
Oh my God.
Don't get copyrighted.
Exactly. You guys are going to copyright us.
Son of a bitch.
You're the one that did it.
Yeah, well. You live and you learn.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give this a rating, and I'm going to go 8. Solid 8.
Yeah, I was going to give it a solid 8 as well.
I can't go 9 because it doesn't stand on its own very well.
Yeah.
You have to, which that's a beauty of a trilogy, and maybe that's a fucked up thing to judge it on. But at the end of the day, you're watching a movie. You're watching 2 hours of this is its own thing, and you want to be able to watch that without having to fucking go through other shit sometimes. And I understand it's a sequel, so you should see the first one. But also, it's a scary movie. And there's like back when you're friends, when it's like, oh, I want to go see fucking something 6. You didn't see the first 5. It didn't fucking matter. Let's go see people get killed. It's a horror movie.
That's how a lot of people were for Scream 7. Like we had a bunch of like teeny boppers and stuff in our theater, and it's like these people have never seen a Scream movie in their lives,
and they didn't need it either. I mean, the little homages, we were like, but everybody else, like they didn't care. Like that. Yeah.
They're like, what's going on?
So, yeah, I'm going to give this a solid 8. I thought it was a fun flick, and it's a really good camp slasher. And it fits in this list, and I'm glad we did it.
All right. I'm giving it an 8 just because, basically, from what you said, and you all know me with the lighting corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It does lose a half a point because it is really dark in the caves.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, the forest and whatnot, they did a good job of keeping that properly illuminated.
Did you like the daytime scenes? In the beginning, you loved. It was nice and sunny out.
Sure, dick.
No shit.
I just feel like you should use your camera lighting. Okay.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. Use your lights.
I mean, it's a respectable bitch. It's a good complaint. I'm not calling you. I'm saying it's a good thing to complain about. If you're bitching about something,
a respectable bitch.
It's a good thing to bitch about because you do, even though it's a scary movie and it's dark and it's spooky. I want to know what the fuck's happening. I don't want to just be looking in darkness.
Exactly.
I could just go outside if I want to.
You had me freaking watch with Joey King when you couldn't see a damn thing, and it's like, what the hell is going on?
Well, bring a flashlight. All right, next week we're going to do She Came from the Woods, another witch spooky ghost story.
But it's not like old school Shakespearean witch.
No, we're going from Sarah Fear to the fucking Briarbrook bitch. I forgot what her name was.
I forgot too.
But something of Briarbrook.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I loved when we got to do this.
Oh, the hag.
No, that's the Hackett's Quarry. That's the quarry. The hag of Hackett's Quarry.
There's so many, and then you have Crosby, and then you have Victor Crowley, and there's just so many, and Popeye, and
Bill Cosby. He's spooky.
I'm talking about slashers. Popeye actually had one. I told you that.
Yeah, I know you did.
Popeye's Revenge. Do not watch it if you do not want.
I'm not gonna. And
it's very, very bad.
It's the booty cheeks. So I'm excited to do this. When we got to watch this for the first time, I thought it was a really fun experience. It's a low budget masterpiece. It always makes my top whatever list.
It's a summer camp gem.
Yeah,
that's what I like to call it. It's a gem.
Enjoy it, and I love the witch story even more than in this. So we're gonna talk about that next week. Give everybody a fat hootie hoo, Mindy.
Hootie hoo.
And we'll see everybody next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I wasn't.